So the spot Ethereum ETFs were just accepted. When moon, and what does this mean for the rest of the markets? Let's talk about it. So guys, as I'm sure you heard yesterday, all of the spot Ethereum ETFs were accepted from BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise, ARK, VanEck, Invesco, Franklin, and Grayscale. However, these are not likely to start trading for the next 1 to 2 weeks or so. Unlike the Bitcoin ETF, which just started trading the next day, we still have to wait a little bit of time for some documents to be filed off by the SEC from these asset managers. Now, we didn't immediately go up as soon as the Ethereum ETF news came out. In fact, pretty much the opposite happened. As soon as the Ethereum ETF news came out, we wicked a little bit up and we came all the way back down. Now, guys, as you know, if you watch the channel, I'm not going to pretend like I care about Ethereum whatsoever. I don't chart Ethereum. I'm not going to start charting Ethereum. I do, however, just want to quickly highlight that as soon as the ETF news came out, we had a very sharp wick to the downside. And this is primarily due to the fact that the odds of the Ethereum ETF acceptal skyrocketed up to, I believe it was 66%, something like this. So considering we rallied so hard into this, it looks like the Ethereum ETF acceptance was priced in. However, this is giving me deja vu vibes from the Bitcoin ETF. Do you remember back on the 10th of January, we also wicked up on the news that it was accepted, and then we came down for about a week or so correcting because the market had already priced in the Bitcoin ETF acceptance. But what can't the market price in? The market can't price in how much capital is going to flow into the ETF. So the actual news of the ETF being accepted for Ethereum, that was priced in. But once the ETF starts trading and we see massive amounts of capital start inflowing, that is something that you can't price in. So I'm seeing very similar deja vu vibes. We've had that correction. The ETF was accepted, it was priced in, we had a correction, and for Bitcoin specifically, when the ETF was accepted, after we found that bottom, we went up 91%, and I think something very similar can happen with the Ethereum ETF. Now, why am I even talking about the Ethereum ETF? Because as you know, if you watch the channel, I don't chart it, I don't really care for it. I much prefer Solana, which is an Ethereum competitor. The reason why this is important for us as the Solana community, or maybe you prefer another layer one, maybe it's Cadena, something like this, I don't know. The whole point is an Ethereum ETF being accepted is so bullish for the altcoin market. If the SEC is willing to accept a spot ETF for a proof of stake cryptocurrency, if they can do that for Ethereum, they can do that for Solana. That's incredibly bullish for the rest of the altcoin market. And here is what I'm seeing right now on the Bitcoin dominance. As you can see, BTC dominance on the weekly time frame, we've been forming this ascending triangle. And within the past couple of days or so, we've started to waterfall and break to the downside of this. Every single cycle, this happens and the Bitcoin dominance starts correcting to the downside after peak BTC dominance. That is when you see an alt season. And I think we're very, very close to an alt season this cycle, especially once the Ethereum ETF goes live. Once again, this may take a week, this may take 2 weeks, this may take 3 weeks. We don't know right now. It all depends on how quickly the fund managers can liaise with the SEC and obviously how quickly the SEC will actually file these documents. But let's assume the ETF for Ethereum goes live in the next 2 weeks or so, and we start seeing incredible amounts of capital flow in, just like it did for the Bitcoin ETF. That is going to send Ethereum skyrocketing. That is going to send the Bitcoin dominance crashing to the downside. And if Ethereum is rallying, that is going to be incredibly bullish for Solana. Why? Because Solana is an Ethereum competitor. If the market cap of Ethereum goes up, then the market cap of its competitors will likely follow to the upside, especially in a alt season where practically everything is rallying. That is my prediction. In the next 2 weeks or so, the ETF will go live, capital will start flowing in, Bitcoin dominance will come down, Ethereum will start rocketing up, Solana will start rocketing up. So in the immediate short term, what's happening for Bitcoin? So Bitcoin obviously had a little bit of a pullback, guys. On the weekly time frame, we're still up, we're still pushing up from that previous all-time high, and in my opinion, we're still heading to 75,000. Now, as you guys know, we did recently put through a trade on Bitcoin. I'm still in both of my trade positions on our 10x leverage long from the breakout of this inverse head and shoulders. We are currently up only about 25% on this trade. However, on the 20x leverage long, we are currently up 100% on this position. Here's what I'm going to be doing at this moment in time, because there's one small concern of mine, and that is the fact that there is a small chance that Ethereum could potentially come down and fill fill this wick down here at 3,500. And if that happens, then Bitcoin may also want to come down and fill the wick. So what I'm personally going to be doing is I'm going to be setting a stop loss on both of these trades just underneath this wick at 66,300. So in the worst case scenario, we roll over and my 10x leverage long is stopped out at break even, I'm still going to be up 50% on our 20x leverage position. That's currently what I'm going to be doing with my trade, nothing else. My breakout targets from the previous video are still the exact same and I'm not looking to change anything. If you missed the previous video, these are my breakout targets. I'm looking to take profit respectively at 73,800 approximately, the price target of the falling wedge. And my second take profit is looking to pull the rest of my trade out approximately round about 75,000 at this resistance line. So guys, my final thoughts, while the approval of the ETF was priced in, and that's why we saw a correction, it's giving me the same deja vu of the Bitcoin ETF being accepted. Yes, the Bitcoin ETF acceptance was priced in. That's why we came to the downside. However, what was not priced in was the hundreds of millions, 12.5 billion approximately, which has cumulatively flowed into these ETFs. Oh, I correct myself. At this moment in time, it's $13.5 billion that came into the Bitcoin ETF. Of course, we can't expect the same thing to come into the Ethereum ETF, but if even a tenth of that capital comes in, or 5%, it's extremely bullish for Ethereum. It's extremely bullish for alt season. This could kick off the alt season, and Ethereum competitors like Solana could go absolutely parabolic. Guys, we are at the final stage of the cycle. Once again, I pretty much said this in almost every single video recently because I think it is really important to state a lot of people underestimate how long bear markets can take, and they overestimate how long the parabolic phase of a bull run lasts. Every single cycle that I've been in, when it was last cycle, 2020, when it was the cycle before that in 2017, every single person says, you know, we're at that stage of, you know, parabolic growth, like where the internet is, where, you know, we've been growing like this. This is the cycle that we just start going parabolic, and it's going to be a super cycle, and it's going to last 5 to 10 years. And it never happens. Every single cycle so far, the parabola comes after you break above the previous all-time high and go into price discovery. In this cycle, 2013, it lasted 9 months. In the next cycle, 2017, it lasted 9 months. In the next cycle, 2020, the parabola lasted 5 months. We are already on our 3rd month of pushing above the previous all-time high, guys. So in my opinion, we are at that stage of the cycle where we're very, very close to just start going absolutely vertical to around about $130,000, my price target for Bitcoin, and $1,300, my price target for Solana. So in the immediate short term, Solana still looking good, breaking out the inverse head and shoulders. Bitcoin still doing the exact same thing, still in my long position. You know where I've put my stop loss, guys. Even though the ETF acceptance was priced in, this is extremely bullish news. Anyway, as always, the actionables, make sure you sign up and get a Solana Chapter 2 mobile. When alt season comes, the airdrops on the Chapter 2 mobile are going to be absolutely insane. Secondly, make sure you follow me over on Twitter at 618_cowboy. Thirdly, make sure you come and join the Discord. The invite link to that is down below. There's general chats and there's specific channels if you're interested in Cardano, Solana, gift tokens, whether you're looking at gambles, your friends' gambles, etc. Come and join the Discord. The third actionables to start mining with Get Grass. All my referral links for all of these will be down below. Fourth, if you have an iPhone, make sure you download the Saku Monsters beta to claim your free Solana NFT before they run out. And stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to have another actionable talking about how to use the Sol Incinerator. If you've used something like BonkBot or you've traded a lot of tokens in the past, what you may not know is that each of those token addresses has a leftover gas fee, even if you don't have any tokens associated with that wallet anymore. This application over here allows you to burn those wallet addresses and reclaim gas fees. I'm going to show you how to use this, how to reclaim some Sol. Stay tuned for the next video. As always, if you enjoyed, smash like on the way out. It's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.